All right, y'all. I'm back like I never left. All right, so we gonna react to Austin City Council from yesterday. We were able to get out the Bus Life Agricultural Department head. We got outside yesterday. I come on here in my robe because I earned that. You understand me? I'm tired. Shit. I'm mentally exhausted, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this shit will mentally exhaust you. I promise. Um, but what I do want to do is share my screen right quick. Uh, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the Bus Life Agricultural Department. I am your department head, Farmer Nancy, and today is gonna be light. Today is gonna be really light. Just a little round circle study group, round circle study hall, open questions, whatever in the chat. Um, and we just gonna talk about city council from yesterday, our class field trip, go over that. I hope everybody was out here paying attention because we want to talk about what's been going on in the bus life sector. I want to bring all of this stuff together because it's very important on how we look at things and how the resources in our communities are distributed to things that don't benefit us whatsoever, right? So I hope that y'all was ready for our field trip. We did catch the number 20. If you guys want to watch that, you can. It's on my community wall. I said, hey, y'all, tune in at the 36th mark is when the Bus Life Agricultural Department made it to Austin City Hall. That's actually when we actually got downtown to City Hall. We spoke on both our agenda items, which were agenda items number 20 and 26. And we did verify that council had received our 77-page accompanying documentation that further supports our claims of an unequitable and unjust food production system here in Austin, Texas for Black farmers. When we came on here and we started listening to Kwame Brown talk about his busted bus life experience, it was because he felt that things were inequitable and unjust for him. So how do you build and create solutions to things that are inequitable and unjust? You have to put in the work. And the work is not sitting on the damn internet arguing and beefing with people and taking money out of the community. And when I say taking money out of the community, I mean resources. And it's sad to see and it's sad to say that that's what Black people are willing to pay for, a bunch of bullshit. So I have to stand on the fact that the Bus Life Agricultural Department, this, what we're doing over here, is the best thing next to our baby bull to come out of the bus life sector since its beginning. And I had to ask myself, I had to think, damn, Farmer Nancy, what about the shoe drive, giving away the shoes? That wasn't a good thing. I was like, mm, it's hard to call it because we don't know where the true intentions were. I feel like the intentions were just to prey on the heartstrings of the community, knowing that we want to provide and help and do what we can in our communities. And I think that it was a sad shame that nothing really comes. It just nothing just comes from the things that we have seen Kwame Brown do over here in the bus life sector. So as an urban agrarian, as an agriculturalist, somebody who knows what it means to build communities. Hey CC, good morning, girl. We just gonna react this morning to yesterday's field trip, and I was just tying all the things together because I do believe that the Bus Life Agricultural Department is the best thing to come out of the bus life sector since its beginning. And when I think to myself, without the agricultural department, nobody could eat. Everybody would starve. There would be no shoemakers. There would be nobody to pass out shoes. There would be no lunch ladies without the agricultural department. It's just sad to see how no one connects food producers and growers with agriculture and our real life existence. The shit just baffles me and it exhausts me. And so I always have to do what I can to to get it out there because I like to talk about it. But this is why I feel like this is uh not what's the word I'm trying to find the way to explain it. I feel like I've been sent here. Yes, it's this wasn't it was not a mistake. This is the reason why I won the only ever Kwame Brown Bust Life Biz or Bust Small Business pitch competition, because I am her. I am Farm Her Nancy, and we are here to bring agriculture to the community. um it's not something that I saw him do or that I've seen him do. So we don't want to hear that shit he be talking about. I thought it was interesting. I'm gonna come back to this. That after council, the city after I spoke at council, y'all, the city caught on fire. The outlots, what they call the outlots here in East Austin, um, pretty much where a lot of the farmland is out on 969, it started burning down. The fuck? I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on in the city? Um, so that was crazy. I put some of that on here. We'll talk about that a little bit later too. And then I also found it interesting that we went to talk about where are we gonna farm. I was like, y'all over here talking about implementing a new food plan and shit without talking about producers or growers. Well, where the hell we gonna farm at? What we gonna do? Only for me to come home and find out that city council passed the approval of 5 new parks on city-owned land. I said city-owned land will be repurposed to add 5 new parks in Austin. I was like, damn, what the hell? What about the farms? My homegirl saw that shit. She texted me. She said, I hate it here. The city of Austin said, fuck your farm and fuck the police in one breath. Thank you. Thank you, CC. I really appreciate it. Um, Man, them fucking strawberries finally started growing, and you know what happened? Zella ate all shit. Man, we was getting it was perfect. The black girl. Why you brought up them strawberries? Oh man, them strawberries, the blackberries, they was starting to get ripe and juicy, and the strawberries was popping and getting red and kissing that fucking cow. Zella ate me out of house and home, y'all. I wasn't even mad because it's like we just did a hard pivot. But yesterday at council, they was also talking about APD funds or APD funding. And I guess APD finna go on a strike. I guess the police department is about to go on a strike. But this where is it, y'all? Y'all see this right here? Where it say incoming call 55 minutes yesterday incoming. Oh shit. Y'all will never guess who that was calling me. We gonna talk about it. It was Natasha Harper Madison. My D1 council member, boy. She wasn't even at council yesterday. That's the crazy part. That is the crazy part right there. She wasn't even at council yesterday. What we know about Natasha Harper Madison. This is Natasha Harper Madison, our D1 council member. She represents Austin District 1. I suggest y'all go over there, make sure y'all check out the community wall, because I put a lot of good stuff on there, a lot of good information that we have to go over sometimes in our 4-H forestry program. It's important. The politics of it all is important. So I need to make a note here to add course. I don't know where everybody at. Add course. Shit. Food and politics. Yep. They exhausted from having to go down to City Hall. Shit. I'm exhausted too. That shit is exhausting. All right, I want to share this tab instead. We're going to close that out. So I don't really need that now. They did a call to order. I want to make this look bigger. Hold on. I don't know, CC. You know they love that crazy stuff. Too much positivity and too much stuff that makes sense over here, girl. Shit. Why is this doing this to me? We about to react to this. I just had to fix that real quick. It was looking weird. There we go. All right, I'm about to play it. My bad. So, all right, y'all, we about to react to Austin City Council meeting October 10th, 2024. We were there live in person. Oh, you missed the field trip? Girl, I'm sorry you missed the field trip. Well, we about to watch it.
Good morning, everybody. I'll call to order the Austin City Council meeting. It's October 10th, 2020.
You're watching a meeting of the Austin City Council with Mayor Kirk Watson, Mayor Pro Tem Leslie Poole, Council members Natasha Harper Madison, Vanessa Fuentes, Jose Velasquez, Cheeto Vela, Ryan Alter, Mackenzie Kelly, Paige Ellis, Zoe Kadri, Allison Alter, Interim City Attorney Deborah Thomas, City Clerk Myrna Rios, and City Manager T.C. Broadnax.
Good morning, everybody. I'll call to order the Austin.
That is our city council. We have 10 districts in in the city of Austin, and we live, farm, and own our small black business in District 1 with council member Natasha Harper Madison. Okay, everybody. When we have problems, we calling Natasha Harper Madison. When they out here in these streets tripping, we calling Natasha Harper Madison. our District 1 representative downtown at City Hall. So this is the dais, and Natasha Harper Madison, Texas is big, and I live in the state capital, girl, and I goes downtown, you understand me, to Austin City Hall. All right. Shit. But so I don't think y'all can see it. Oh, y'all can't see it. Let me zoom in real quick.
City Council meeting. It's October 10th, 2024, and it's 10:01 a.m. We are meeting in the Austin City Council chamber, which is located at Austin City Hall, 301 West 2nd Street in Austin, Texas. And we have a quorum of the Austin City Council present. Members, what I'm going to do is start off by reading changes and corrections into the record for Thursday, October 10th, 2024, and then I'll walk through the order of the day. On items 36 and 39, it should read, when public hearings are taken up, these items will be postponed to October 24th, 2024. Item number 61 should read, a valid petition has been filed in opposition to this item. On the Austin Housing Finance Corporation agenda, item number 002 should read, postponed to the December 12th, 2024 AHFC agenda. On boards and commissions actions, item number 8, October 9th, 2024, was recommended by the Water and Wastewater Commission on an 8-0 vote, with Commissioners Maxwell Gaines and Musgrove absent and 1 vacancy. Members, we have 1 item pulled off the agenda, and that is item number 3, pulled by Councilmember Kelly. The order of the day that we will go in is we will begin with the consent agenda, which will be the item number 3 will be pulled off of that. We will go from that. We will hear from speakers on the consent agenda. We will then take a vote on the consent agenda after brief remarks and discussions by the council with regard to that agenda. We will, as near to the time certain of 10:30 as we can, take up the Austin Housing Finance Corporation Board of Directors meetings. We will then take up the pulled item. We will then go to non-consent items, which are items from council committees and public hearings. And then and around noon, of course, we will, as close to noon as we can do it, we will have the time certain public communication. We will recess briefly for live music during that period of time. And then, of course, we have our 2 o'clock time certain. For speakers, we will hear both virtual and in person. For the meeting, what we will do is we will have both virtual and in-person speakers be heard on each item they register to speak on. We will call the item up and have people speak on that item and then go to the next item. So with that, we will begin the order of the day, and that starts with the consent agenda speakers, and I will turn to the city clerk and ask her to please help us through that process.
Sure.
All right, y'all. So that's how Austin City Council starts. That was the call to order before we get ready for the consent agenda items. And they're going to go through the agenda from item 1 to whatever number there was. But we did hear that they did take off consent agenda items 1 and 3. So they're not going to be talking about those today. And like I said, we went to talk about agenda item 20. So I'm going to skip through to agenda item 20. Now, I want y'all to be very aware that my councilwoman is not here. This seat right here is to the left of Vanessa Fuentes, to the far left of the screen. This seat is empty. And she is not there virtually either. So I have no representation here at City Council right now at this time while I'm in the building. My councilwoman was absent. And she has been absent for a while now. I think the last time I showed y'all guys City Council, there was a young woman that went there and tried to get her to cam up. She was unavailable to cam up. I think I showed y'all the text messages I had from those.
Our first speaker is Bobby Levinsky.
But let me skip through the item 20.
And Bill Bunch.
Zenobia was going in. Zenobia was going in. Did we talk about that? She spoke on agenda items 17 and 18. Sorry, y'all.
African American Youth Harvest Foundation contract from Austin Public Health. It is germane. To give you an example, that was $2.445 million. That exceeds the 25% threshold as well. And so I would ask you to recognize that specifically African Americans are over 6 times more likely than their white counterparts to be homeless, and yet you have done nothing to improve our access to services. I want you to recognize that even though the relocation information is in the backup, specifically you are focusing on the downtown Austin area. There are homeless people, Blacks in particular, in Northeast Austin with no resources. And even though you have the relocation information on the website, that language does not tell people that if they're being displaced by no fault of their own, that they can be reimbursed. And so I would ask you to recognize that. If you have any questions, I'll gladly answer them at this time.
Thank you for being.
You're welcome.
Ms. Joseph, you're up for item number 18. 3 minutes.
Oh, this is $880,000. This is specifically, I'll just read it into the record because the public, it's a little difficult to follow a number and not knowing what the context is. It authorizes the execution of professional services agreement with Focus Advocacy LLC. It's $880,000, and specifically it's to provide federal agency and legislative representation and consulting services. And Mayor, to me, this sounds like this is just, you're going to have them speak before the legislature on items that will have a specific focus from council. Specifically, I just want to remind you that you cannot use public funds for propaganda, and you cannot have it for these lobbyists. And this appears to be a lobbying contract. And so if you would like to clarify, that would be helpful. But my opposition is specifically because much of what you're doing now is to try to get the federal funds for Project Connect, whether it's housing, whether it's transportation. And so when you go before the legislature, as you did this last legislative session, specifically, you had a bent. You were for Project Connect, but many of the taxpayers were not. And I just want you to remember that if these people are actually representing the city, they need to take a neutral position. You know, and I know too, Mayor, from the legislature, that when government employees testify, they testify neutrally. But here is an $880,000 contract that you're asking them to take a position on. So it seems to be a conflict of interest here. I want you to recognize that we all pay taxes. The people who are homeless, the people who actually are working, and that these people who are actually going to take this contract will have a bent. That means they're going to be biased. And I just want to remind you that Title VI actually prohibits the bias as well. And so I don't actually agree with this contract. And I want you to remember that language is in the federal statute as well. And so you may clarify if I misread what this is for, then you can let me know. If you have any questions, I'll gladly answer them at this time and yield anytime I have that.
Thank you very much, Ms. Joseph.
You're welcome.
Zenobia is like, yo, it's $800,000 on the agenda going to some shit that y'all should be neutral on, and you trying to make everybody take a stance on it. That is not how this works. See, y'all have to know better. You have to know better. Here in the Bus Life Agricultural Department, we know better. We know that in order to make things work, in order to make the solutions that you build, and you create for your communities, in order for them to properly work, you have to go stand in front of the man. And nobody got time to do that shit in our communities. So what do? We sit around, we talk about it, but we don't never be about it. If you gonna be about it, take your ass on down there and be about it. You can't make nothing move without the city. The city, and I live in Texas, and I live in the capital, this Austin, Texas. I had to get up and take my black ass downtown to City Hall. I had to get prepared, mentally prepared. Because one, I don't want to be up here trying to say a whole bunch of shit. I can write that down and submit it. We submitted 77 pages worth of documentation to accompany us going down here. Like, no, we not playing. This is not a game. This is something that is extremely serious. I think the next item on the agenda is hours. Let me see. I want to be able to read that agenda item to y'all before they start speaking on it, so we know what's being talked about. This is the full agenda. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, agenda item 20. Oh shit, sorry y'all. Agenda item 20. Agenda item 20. So they about to call up speakers for agenda item 20. That is the agenda item that we did sign up for, and it is for management services. So this is for the city manager to adopt the Austin Travis County Food Plan, which was co-created with the community to set clear goals and strategies to move forward a more equitable, sustainable, and resilient food system. So let's listen to the speakers, including myself, on this agenda item and react to them.
Moving back to in-person speakers for item number 20, Monica Guzman, Tiffany Washington, Joy Chevalier, Christopher Reyes, Diego Diverde, Jeremy Gatson, Alyssa Hammond, Kara Hanokoa, and Ali Tharp. If your name has been called, please make your way to the podium and state your name for the record.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. I'm Monica Guzman, Policy Director at GAVA Go Austin, Vamos Austin. We support item 20 thanks to the Office of Sustainability, organizational stakeholders, and community members who put in the hours for drafting the Austin Travis County Food Plan. Thank you, Council, for your pending adoption of the Austin Travis County Food Plan. We want to highlight the importance of implementing Goal 6 on page 23 of the draft plan. Goal 6 emphasizes community engagement and empowerment, which are crucial for fostering a sustainable food system. In addition, item 20 directly relates to the community-owned food retail initiative, providing a vital avenue for our community to access healthy local food options. Implementing these goals will also support the current work that GAVA is leading around the resilience hubs and the community-owned food retail initiative. These efforts are essential for building a more resilient and equitable food system in our economy. We also support item 26, especially line 54 of the draft resolution, recognizing the community's role in creating the food plan. This, be it further resolved, further supports initiatives that enhance our local food economy. Thank you for your commitment to improving our community's food system. We're excited to see these initiatives come to life and look forward to their positive impact on our community. Thank you.
If your name's been called, please feel free to come to the microphone.
Hello, good morning, Council, Mayor, Mr. Watson, how are you doing?
Good.
Hello, Mr. Broadnax. My name is Tiffany Washington. I'm your local farmer, as I like to let everybody know when I come here. I do own the only Black-owned urban farm in the city of Austin, Texas, and I'm here to talk about the food plan today. It has been painstaking for me to be a part of this food plan, because when we keep saying equitable and just, I never see any Black farmers be a part of it. And when I say Black farmers, I mean those farmers that actually own land or are leasing land that work here, not farm workers or farmers that work for a white farm. I think that it is very important that as we move forward with this new food plan, that we do allow Black farmers to have a stake in our community when it's time to grow. We are unable to produce for ourselves. I call that nutrition oppression, because when Black people can't grow, they don't know. And what we don't know is that we are disconnected from our food and our food system. So I hope that this new food plan is going to be just and fair for not only people of color in disadvantaged and marginalized communities, but also for those local brown and Black producers and growers who do not have a stake in the economic advancement of agriculture in the city of Austin, Texas. And I'll continue to come down here and knock down doors until somebody says, hey, y'all go get that Black girl some money so she can grow some food, because the city of Austin said that Black agriculture built this city. Thank you. Oh, and I just want to give a shout out to my grandmother, the late, great Miss Dorothy Turner. I'm here on behalf of the Black Citizens Task Force, and I'll continue to come back down here just like she did. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Jeremy Gatson, and I'm a resident of District 8 in the Oak Hill area. I'm here to express my support for Agenda Item 20, the adoption of the Austin Travis County Food Plan. In September of 2023, I had the opportunity to be a part of the Food Production Issue Area Group of this food planning process. As a community member, I attended several workshops and formed special bonds with farmers, sustainable food experts, policy educators, and community members. We worked to develop the draft goals and strategies for the food plan and further refine them based on community food feedback. Collaborating with brilliant and empathetic individuals as we work to build a sovereign and resilient local food system was invigorating. I've never had the chance to do work like this ever before. This experience motivated me to pivot my life and career from corporate marketing to pursuing a Master of Sustainable Food Systems at Arizona State University, where I am a United States Department of Agriculture Next Gen Scholar. And I'm loving every moment of learning and can already see how valuable these initiatives are.
We died just listening to this. Where the fuck is the funding for us to grow food, Mr. fucking Next Gen Scholar? Shit. Y'all keep fucking talking about this fucking plan. That's why I quit going. I promise y'all. I was like, bruh, I cannot take the time out of my day from fucking growing vegetables to keep coming to meet y'all to talk about how y'all want to design the fucking food pantries. Who's growing this shit? Where are y'all getting the labor? Where are y'all getting the funding for the fucking food plan? Who is producing this shit? Like, that's all I kept asking. And they was looking at me like, what? Like, what farmers did he meet? Because I don't know him. Like, what? The farmers that work at Urban Roots. Shit. That's the white training farm. The farmers that work at Farm Share Austin and Urban Roots. These are two educating farms ran by white-led organizations that are supposed to be producing farmers, but they produce farm workers. And you know who they pull in and they target with their rhetoric and propaganda? The Black and brown community. Urban Roots literally targets at-risk youth in marginalized communities to push out farm workers. Ooh, I was so glad this goddamn food plan was up on the agenda because I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I had to let that out. Blessings, blessings.
Are, like our food plan, on a national and global scale. The Austin Travis County Food Plan is a significant milestone that is shifting the food narrative. As I continue my sustainable food systems journey, I am 100% committed to being an advocate and ensuring our city and county's food plan will flourish. I believe it will challenge us community members in a great way to think deeply about our role in our local food system and how we can make a positive impact, big or small, while also inspiring others to do the same. Gratitude.
Thank you.
Good morning, Council, and thank you. My name is Allie Tharp, and I'm a resident of District 2. I serve as the Nutrition and Wellness Manager at the RBJ Senior Housing Complex, and I'm also a core founder and volunteer leader of the Festival Beach Food Forest. Festival Beach Food Forest is edible and medicinal landscaping on public parkland that was approved by City Council back in 2014.
Y'all should have saw my mouth dropping open standing in the back there. She's like, Festival Beach Community Garden. That bitch, it's a 5-acre community garden on city-owned land that the city of Austin. They do this shit dead in a nigga face. They be like, dead in your face, fuck your farm. We gonna put community gardens on city property and openly invest in them, but nobody is able to. That's not economic justice. That is not economic advancement in local food production. Creating a bunch of fucking community gardens that do not allow the people that volunteer at them to earn a living fucking wage is not economic justice. It's not economic equity. Is not economic development in agriculture. It's just not. And I don't fucking understand why they think that I don't get it or that I don't understand or see what it is that is happening. You cannot demonetize the food system for Black growers, but monetize it for white growers and the local government. What the fuck? Sorry, y'all. I know I don't be tripping, but my bad. I might just be tripping.
And then again in 2022 to expand from 2/3 of an acre to 3 total acres. So thank you very much for working with us to pilot
3 acres. My bad, misspoke.
Food systems on public lands here in the city of Austin. It's been truly inspiring to be a part of that project as a volunteer over the last 9 years. And I can say we've been studying the impact of the food forest.
As a volunteer, she has been a part of the food forest as a volunteer for 9 years. I'm dead. I just died, bruh.
Forest on the community of Austin, particularly with Max Neef's model of fundamental human needs. And the food forest meets every single fundamental human need in some way by engaging the community in being close to the earth, close to the land. So you were a part of making that possible. And I just want to say thank you. I was a participant in the food plan just as a community circle attendee and a survey respondent. I have deep respect for the work that's been done. It's a very, very high quality plan that I urge you to adopt today and also to fund in that resolution item 25 as well. I also want to invite you to come out to the tripling of the food forest, the
Item
celebration of the
26.
first trees going in the ground, October 19th, 2 to 6 p.m. Councilmember Velasquez will be speaking. Thank you so much. But
Reason to be there.
it's a free community event. So I hope everyone listening might consider putting on your calendar to come to the Food Forest on October 19th, 2 to 6 p.m. And we'll be, really marking the occasion of passing this
We
food
going.
plan together by planting some new trees in a public park in Austin. So thank you. Also speaking as a food pantry manager at the Senior Center for RBJ, this plan is so comprehensive and it's so important, and it's really going to meet the needs of people of all ages and all demographics here in the city of Austin. So let's get this passed, let's get it funded, let's go to work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Except for Black farmers.
Good morning, council members and mayor. I'm Kara Hanoka, the executive director of Good Work Austin and a former restaurant industry worker. For the past 14 years, I've dedicated myself to improving our local food system, working in the nonprofit sector, and having previously served on the Austin Travis County Food Policy Board. In my time, I've witnessed a sea change in the urgency and awareness to strengthen our food system, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge the passion and effort that's gone into the creation of the food plan. Today, I represent Good Work Austin, a nonprofit coalition of hundreds of local businesses committing to workers and fostering a healthier food and beverage community. Our food and beverage community is not just vital to our city's identity, it is essential for a sustainable, resilient, and equitable food system. We stand at a critical crossroads in Austin. Our 65,000 food workers are the backbone of our economy, yet they face long hours, strenuous conditions, and an average wage of just over $15 an hour. Alarmingly, many of these workers also experience food insecurity themselves. Nearly half of those surveyed reported facing hunger at some point. The food plan offers strategies to ensure livable wages, fair labor practices, and support for those facing food insecurity. The plan also addresses our community's resilience in the face of emergencies, whether they be pandemics or weather events that are becoming far too common. Good Work Austin has provided thousands of meals during disasters, mobilizing local restaurants to meet urgent needs, but there's much more that needs to be done. We must create a system that values our environment and our neighbors while encouraging innovation and economic growth. This plan has been shaped by community involvement from the start, with input from a dedicated community advisory committee and thorough consideration of feedback from stakeholders. Many efforts have been made to ensure it reflects the needs and desires of our community. I urge you to vote enthusiastically in favor of adoption of the food plan. I also encourage you to support any efforts today that enhance resources and support for the implementation of this plan, both now and in the future. The food plan represents years of hard work and collaboration, marking the journey towards a more equitable food system. You have the opportunity today to lead us towards a brighter future for our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mayor and City Council. My name is Elisa Hammond.
Yo, I cannot be the only Black person here to talk about the new food plan. Are y'all seeing this shit? Are y'all seeing this shit? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing else. The Bus Life Agricultural Department is on its shit. Where are the Black people to talk about food, y'all? Joy finna come up here. I'm not gonna say nothing. Joy finna come up here with her chef's coat on. This this is called performance theater. Joy from the Cook's Nook, she don't even cook. Why would she wear her why would she wear this chef's coat to city council like she Like she out here cooking and shit. What? Stop playing, dog. Next time I'm going last. Next time I'm gonna wait for everybody to go so I can say, look at everybody that just went before me and said all the things that they just said.
Hammond, and I'm a member of the Community Advisory Committee, excuse me, for the food plan. And I also participated in all the issue area groups, went to as many of these as I could. My own background is working in sustainable food systems in the private sector. But I was amazed and I learned so much through every step of this process over the past 2 years working on the food plan. I have never seen a project that is so grounded in community engagement, so much intentionality about the way we worked. So I just like to talk about this and using some food metaphors. So number one is this issue of inviting everyone to the table. When we worked in these issue area groups, I met social workers, composters, farmers, chefs, and most of all, people who are working directly with people who are impacted negatively by the food system and people that have a deep commitment to address hunger in our community. And also within the CAC, we worked with this consensus decision-making. That was transformative for me also. It's where you are forced to listen to one another, to create respect and trust, and really be open to change. It's rare to be able to participate in a situation like this. Secondly, I'd like to say everything's on the menu at this table. It's a very holistic framework that's been used to think about how we can improve our food system from farm to fork to compost. It's especially relevant now with climate change.
From farm to fork to compost. Which farm? Where? Which ones? Festival Beach, the community garden farm. The fuck?
We woke up on the news to see what the next climate disaster is right now bearing down on Florida. We know that we are having more disasters come more quickly and more intensely. So I'm excited about this plan for its focus on resilience. And the solutions we have, for example, from farm, where we conserve farmland, promote regenerative agriculture, that creates a climate solution. And we have that throughout the food plan. And finally, I'd like to talk about the enthusiasm and passion of the people that participated in this process, whether it was just at a community gathering at a library or at an issue area group. There is passion and enthusiasm to continue participating. This is a unique opportunity for us to really all work together and work on something where every day, at least 3 times a day, we have the opportunity to create change. So with that, I would say, amen, let's eat.
To continue your pattern, I'm hungry for more.
Well, after all of that, I'm not sure you need to hear from me today.
Let's do it.
All right. Many of you guys know me. I'm Joyce Chevalier. I have the honor of being the chair of the Austin-Travis County Food Policy Board. And you've heard from many folks today about the extent of the community engagement, the 2 years of work, the years that went in before that, before we had the opportunity to create the food plan. And I am here to basically ask you guys to give your full support, but I understand it's on the consent agenda, which is amazing. So just very quickly, as you know, this is a historic partnership between Austin and Travis County, and it's been driven by the community leaders and community input to make our local and regional food system more resilient, more sustainable, more equitable, and more just. This plan is a foundation for ensuring that everyone has the right to good, clean, nutritious food and an agricultural system in support of that across Austin-Travis County area, and that our region grows in prosperity, economic activity as we build something that we haven't had, which is an actual food and agricultural infrastructure conversation to support our expanding population. This plan has been crafted with community involvement from the start, as you've already heard, with a consensus along every step of the way. Even after the final draft was made available to the public, concerns from internal and external stakeholders were addressed to ensure that this plan is supported by and benefits the overwhelming majority of the community. Literally thousands and thousands of hours, community member and volunteer hours have gone into this plan and folks providing feedback that was incorporated. While the final plan does not, the final plan doesn't have everything for everyone. It does mark a major milestone for building a more equitable.
The final plan does not have everything for everyone. Y'all, and I keep going to tell them, yes, it doesn't have anything for the growers, for the farmers, for the fucking producer. Oh. But she come up in here in her chef coat. Babe, that's Joy. She come up to council yesterday at the Cook's Nook with her chef coat on. I said, Joy's ass don't even fucking cook. Why she got this damn chef coat on in front city council? Ain't that some performative shit, ain't it? I couldn't believe that shit when I saw her. I was like, I cannot believe she did that shit. Boy. But she's the board chair of the Austin Travis County Food Policy Board now. She the board chair. What you doing sitting on the board wearing a chef coat? I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
And just food system in Central Texas, with the intentional language and guidelines included being codified into our actual city and county's history, inspiring other cities and counties to do this work as well. The food plan outlines many ways to make our community more resilient in the face of singular emergencies like pandemics and ice storms, as well as long-term warming and extreme weather emergencies. And that includes in the plan discussions about procurement and the value.
We need to be more resilient in the face of the lack of farms. Shit. They're talking about being more resilient in the face of a lack of fucking weather. It ain't no farms. We just saw Florida. We just saw North Carolina and a family in North Carolina lose his whole damn farm. Imagine all the farms being lost in the weather. More resilience. They just be making up shit.
Your procurement and marshaling the forces that already exist within the city and within our community. So that's it. I'm here to advocate for a bunch of folks for your agreement and support of this food plan. Thank you all so much for all of the work and consideration. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to our friends at the Office of Sustainability who keep us on track and really help the community be engaged in this process. Thank you so much, you guys.
Y'all seen her slug copycat me giving shout outs. Why was me and Joy the only two Black people to come and talk about the food plan of the city of Austin? I don't understand. And then they say we have high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, but nobody is giving their input from the community on the city's plan for food distribution. I'm lost in fuck shit.
Thank you.
Christopher Reyes, Diego Di Verde. Okay, we'll move on to item number 21.
I think item
We
21
have Elise Ferreira and Evaline Garcia, who
was Zenovia Joseph again. She came to speak on item 21. We're gonna skip through item 21 to item 26. I was expecting to be there all day.
called in, but she was here earlier. Is she still here?
Ms. Joseph, are you still here? Ms. Joseph?
Okay, we'll move to item 26. Nathan Allen.
Hello, I am speaking for the amendment by Councilmember Fuentes and with multiple co-signers from other council members. Just state that at the CAC, there are many members that are excited about seeing this work move forward, and the recommended additions here will only provide more tailwind to the work and more emphasis to get this moving. Just very excited to start the work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Andy Smith.
Hello. Just wanting to speak in support and encourage your support of Resolution 26, directing the city manager to collaborate with partners in implementing the Austin Travis County Food Plan that was discussed earlier. As you've heard already, this food plan is not just another proposal, but it's really a visionary roadmap born out of extensive community engagement designed to.
He said it's a visionary roadmap. On Monday, we're going to dive into the food plan. This is not she said that this final draft doesn't include everything for everybody. So we're going to dive into that.
To transform our local food system into one that serves every resident equitably and sustainably. And it really represents countless hours of analysis and stakeholder consultation and strategic planning by members of our community that are involved in countless aspects of the system. It provides a comprehensive diagnosis of the current food system's challenges, as well as outlines actionable strategies to create a resilient and inclusive food ecosystem. While the success for this plan hinges on collaboration across various sectors, the City of Austin must step up and assume a pivotal leadership role in encouraging implementation of this plan. So I ask that you empower our city staff with the resources and mandates to implement this plan and invest in healthier citizens, a more robust local economy, and a more sustainable future here in our city and in Travis County. This is really an opportunity to take bold action, and I urge you to vote in favor of this resolution and take a decisive step forward in creating a healthy food system. Thanks for your consideration and your commitment to our community's well-being. I see the rest of my time.
In-person speakers on item 26 are Tiffany Washington, Larry Franklin, Diego Diverde, Elijah Anderson, Faith Chanko, Alyssa Hammond, Bill Bunch, and Allie Tharp. If your name has been called, please make your way to the podium and state your name for the record.
Hey, y'all, I'm back. My name is Tiffany Washington. I'm your local farmer. I like to reiterate that because I think people don't really get the point. When I say I'm your local farmer, that's literally what I mean. I am looking for the Black farmers in Austin, Texas. We just heard all these people talk about the food plan. Who's growing the food and where are we going to grow the food? They just told me on Spectrum News that we were losing 17 acres of farmland a day. So where am I supposed to farm? I farm on the corner of Manor Road and Raggi, one of the most crime-ridden corners in our community. And not only is it crime ridden, but we lack access to local foods. So when we keep talking about doing the food plan and having access to all of this stuff, I still have to find out who's growing it and where are we going to grow it at. So I would like to ask again, I'm not going to ask, I'm going to demand that we get some funding for our food plan so that the agriculturalists, the ones that actually grow the food, are able to live. We're able to take care of our kids. I got 4 kids. I got a husband. I'm growing food for the city, the people passed out on the street on crack underneath the bus stop across the street from my house, and I can't never get no support and proper services to make none of this stuff happen. But I keep hearing y'all say equitable and just and fair. Can we please find some fairness for the Black agriculturalists in the communities, the ones that y'all said built the city of Austin? At what point is anybody going to say, yes, we need to focus on our growers, because we can't have no food plan without food producers. The lady just said it's 70 community gardens and only one person manages them. That don't even make no sense to me. So where is all of our food coming from? I'm just so sick and tired of coming down here and having to say the same thing over and over again. Can we please pay the Black farmers in the community, the Black and brown ones? I say the Black ones because the city said they was going to give us some type of resource to help save our lives. And I would like to have an agricultural complex on about 20 acres so we can teach the Black kids how to grow food, how to build, and how to live a just and equitable life in Austin, Texas. Bye, y'all.
I be so goddamn tired of going up there talking to them people. I'm start going last.
My name is Faith Chonko, and I'm a resident of District 9.
I'm gonna start going last, because I don't be wanting nobody to come up there and dull out my storm offs and stuff.
I'm also a lifelong resident of Austin. I'm here to express my support for this resolution and ask for your support for a critical issue our city has to address collectively. As I watched the news this week, I can't help but be moved by the incredible storm that's making its way, or has made its way, to Florida's coast. I become emotional as I watch the career meteorologist break down while observing the sheer magnitude of its force. And I sit in genuine awe with genuine fear as another tells me it's reaching the mathematical limit of what should be possible. These storms are becoming possible because of cultural shifts and policy decisions that create the conditions that make them possible. Everything that's been done and everything that we do from this point has a ripple effect, for better or for worse. Food is a really big part of what we do. And here in Austin, we mostly eat food. It's celebrated and it's on nearly every list of reasons to travel to Austin. And while that's something to be proud of, we can't claim that pride for ourselves because we're dependent on the rest of the world to provide us that food.
Oh my God. So I have to ask this young lady, we can't keep being dependent on the rest of the world to grow the city's food. So again, where are the farms and the farmers at? When I look around the city, ooh, let me sit my ass down in the back of the damn city hall.
We're dependent on everyone else to serve our tourists, to serve each other, and to serve our families. As it stands right now, we simply wouldn't exist without other states and other countries providing us that food. Right now, something as simple as a truck breaking down or a highway flooding can disrupt our community's ability to meet our most basic need. A friend of mine shared a story with me about Winter Storm Uri, where he was waiting in line at H-E-B, hoping to get some eggs for his family. And he noticed in the line, there were people openly carrying firearms, as if they were prepared to fight for the last dozen. This is just a small example of how fragile our current food system is and the desperation it causes in people, and how easily that can go awry. By implementing the proposed food plan in a real and meaningly supported way, we not only have the opportunity to become more self-reliant and to proactively prepare our community for our intensifying weather events, we also have the opportunity to turn our community's ripple into a beneficial wave for ourselves and for our global neighbors, who are the ones growing our food. This food plan lays out clear and actionable strategies that nourish our people, nourish our economy, and nourish our futures if we have dedicated support from the city behind it. Last fall and earlier this year, I sat across from dozens of community members who committed to showing up over and over, voluntarily taking time out of their day to think critically about how to craft a strategic and feasible plan. The dedication to the goals of this plan are not isolated to those rooms. Already over 300 community members. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, we died listening to her too. But what she said is very important. Very important.
Hi, my name is Allie Tharp once again, and I really appreciate this amendment specifically because it's so focused on getting it done, actually getting the funding we need, getting the staffing and the collaborations between stakeholders that we need to implement the food plan. That is so incredibly important. I'll just say again, this food plan, as was said by other people testifying today, was so comprehensive in bringing together stakeholders, having a true community-led, community-driven process. So that's commendable. Austin has done a tremendous job with this food plan, and let's not stop there. Let's make sure that we implement it and that we get the funding we need to fully do that at scale. And especially, I've been working on climate issues for the past 10 years, for my whole adult professional life. And a third of the solutions identified to climate change in Paul Hawkins' Drawdown, which is one of our national kind of roadmaps for what to do about climate change, a third of the solutions in that book are about food systems. So this is incredibly linked, incredibly important when it comes to those climate issues, but also to a basic human life and what it means to have a thriving city, a thriving community here in Austin. So definitely please also pass this piece of the food plan agenda today, because what it signals is that you're committed to not just have a good plan, but to implement a good plan. Thank you.
They need to implement the food plan so that
first, I just want to start off with saying
they need to implement the food plan so that we can say, okay, now that y'all done implemented and funded this food plan, are y'all now ready to pay us? Can I get restitution now? Can I get fully funded to run a Black farm and operate so that I can carry out the goals of the food plan? Because where the fuck are the producers who's producing it? Okay, I'm just asking these questions. Here goes Larry.
And thank you, God. Following, my name is Larry Franklin, Boards and Commissions, Food Policy, Boards and Commissions, Joint Sustainability, co-chair of the Austin Travis County Food Plan, and finally, and most important to me, I'm the founder and executive director of Black Lives Veggies, the nonprofit. I'm in support of this resolution. I'm in support of this resolution because collectively, what you see is the food plan.
Let's get it clear that he said, most importantly, he is the founder and director of Black Lives Veggies, the nonprofit. Larry didn't say I'm a farmer. I grow transplants. I run a greenhouse management organization. None of that. He said the most important thing to him is that he runs Black Lives Veggies, the nonprofit. Okay? That is not what's up, CKJ. That is not what's up.
What you see is so many people that poured into a plan, right? But what good is a plan without an implementation strategy? And that's what we lack. We lack an implementation strategy. And the only way that we could serve our people, because these people live in each and every one of your communities, and these people struggle to make sure that your community members have food on their plate, access.
Look at this. He said, these people, look at these people behind him. Look at all these people he was pointing to. There goes Sharon Mays. That's one. Look. That's one. CKJ. You don't know him. All he did was tell you that he is the founder of Black Lives Veggies, the nonprofit. And you just assumed that that was a good thing. And then you said, isn't it about bringing veggies to people who need it most and have less? That's not what he does. Do you know what he does? I know what he does. He installed gardens in white people's front yards. Larry Franklin don't do nothing in the Black community that brings forward fresh produce to Black people. He is a tokenized Black. You got to come to class, CKJ. You can't just show up at the Bus Life Agricultural Department after we go on a field trip. After we go on a field trip to City Hall, and then be asking questions about our reactions to our field trip, or making blanket statements. Yes, it's all a front. Because he pointed behind himself and said, these people, look at these people. There goes Stephanie Hayden. She Black. Let's see. Look at these people in this crowd. Look at these people. He said, these people. Stop. Please cut it out.
Access to local healthy food and many other things. And so I believe that it's in our best interest to make sure that these people have the resources that's needed.
He said it's in our best interest to make sure that these people, look at these people, look at the people that he's pointing at saying this about. CKJ, he's saying that it is important that these people behind him in the room, all of these white people in this room down here at Austin City Hall,
needed to implement a successful food plan. Thank you all so much. And once again, these people.
Once again, these people. That is crazy. That's crazy. These people. He said once again, I'm gonna listen to that again. Cause she going to help me with what's her name? With Aunt Lisa. What's that noise? Is that your phone?
First, I just want to start off with saying thank you, God.
They say these people and pointed all the blacks. He's like, these people. He did not read the room. CKJ, this is what you call blacks not reading the room. This is how you find Tom. He said these people.
Following, my name is Larry Franklin, Boards and Commissions, Food Policy, Boards and Commissions, Joint Sustainability, co-chair of the Austin Travis County Food Plan, and finally, and most important to me, I'm the founder and executive director of Black Lives Veggies, the nonprofit. I'm in support of this resolution. I'm in support of this resolution because collectively, what you see is the food plan. What you see is so many people that poured into a plan, right? But what good is a plan without an implementation strategy? And that's what we lack. We lack an implementation strategy. And the only way that we can serve our people, because these people live in each and every one of the communities, and these people struggle to make sure that your community members have food on their plate access to local healthy food, and many other things. And so I believe that it's in our best interest to make sure that these people have the resources that's needed to implement a successful food plan. Thank you all so much. And once again, these people.
All right. Elisa Hammond again with the Community Advisory Committee on the food plan. I'm just going to leave you with one number that is, for me, the reason we need to act today to pass this resolution. 16.8 acres of farmland are lost every day in our agricultural region. We just don't have time to waste as we talk about food plan implementation. 16.8 acres lost every day. Thank you very much.
Back to item number 23, Zenobia Joseph is now here.
Oh no, hold on. Oh no.
Hey, come on now. Yeah, just cut. Why don't I give my dog no water?
I did give her some water because Black people don't care about agriculture, or food. We could care less about agriculture and food. I've been up on here on YouTube in the bus life sector talking about agriculture and food and shit. You act like I didn't touch somebody with a hot poker stick. They run away from it. It's not to be talked about or discussed. You create the bus life agricultural department and they died. They start saying I wasn't a farmer. I got a garden. I don't do this. I don't do that. It's because Black people are weird. That's why there's nobody here at the Austin City Hall Council meeting to talk about implementing the local food plan. That's why. That man said these people. I'm going last next time. Fuck.
Step forward in creating a healthy food. So thanks for your consideration and commitment for community's well-being. I see the rest of my time.
He said, listen what I say. He said the most important thing to him is being the founder of Black Lives Veggies. And that these people, the ones in the room behind him, he obviously didn't look behind him and see who the fuck these people were that was in the goddamn room. And this is what I have to put up with. So now we gotta fix this narrative that these people is who we here for. The fuck the food plan implementation is for these people. And remember, these people. Did y'all see what? Bruh, sorry.
In-person speaker. On item 26 are Tiffany.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to come back on this. I'll be right back. Shit. I'll be right back.